Today, we're going to fix one of the biggest challenges English speakers face when learning Chinese: measure words, or liangci. If you've ever wondered why you can't simply say 3 book or 1 cup tea in Chinese, or if you've heard sentences like 2个手机 or 3本书 and felt confused, don't worry. By the end of this lesson, you will understand exactly how Chinese measure words work, when to use them, why they exist, and how to use the most important ones in real-life conversations. And I promise, once you learn today's structures, your Chinese won't just sound correct, it will sound naturally fluent. Let's start with a fast demonstration. If I say 三书 in Mandarin, that sentence is incomplete. A native speaker would wait for you to add the missing part. But if I say 3本书, suddenly it becomes clear: 3 books. If I say 2杯茶, that means 2 cups of tea. If I say 一张照片, it means 1 photo. See how only 1 extra character changes everything? That small link between a number and a noun is the measure word, and it is essential in almost every Chinese sentence describing quantity. Why do English speakers struggle? Because English doesn't require measure words most of the time. You can say 3 books, 1 dog, 2 pictures, without adding anything between the number and the noun. But Chinese needs a connector. You can think of it like a bridge. The number is on one side, the noun is on the other, and the measure word connects them together. And the good news? Once you learn a few core measure words, you can handle almost every beginner-level conversation. Let's break the structure down in the simplest way possible. Number plus measure word plus noun. That's it. The entire concept fits into one clean formula. For example, 一个苹果, 1 apple. 3杯水, 3 cups of water. 2张纸, 2 sheets of paper. It may feel new, but once you repeat this pattern a few times, it becomes automatic. Now let's learn the most common and practical measure words you will use every single day. The first one is ge, pronounced ge. Think of it as the default measure word. When you aren't sure which measure word to use, ge is usually correct 80% of the time for everyday spoken Chinese. For example, 一个人, 1 person. 2个手机, 2 phones. Even though different nouns technically have special measure words, ge is widely accepted in casual conversation, so you can use it safely as a beginner. Next is zhi, used for animals and single items that come in pairs. For example, 一只狗, 1 dog. 2只猫, 2 cats. You also use zhi for parts of the body that come in pairs, like 一只眼睛, 1 eye. Try repeating after me. 2只鸟, 2 birds. Another important one is ben, the measure word for books. Anytime you talk about notebooks, textbooks, magazines, or anything book-like, use ben. For example, 3本书, 3 books. 一本词典, 1 dictionary. This one is extremely common for students. The next one is bei, used for drinks. Whenever you talk about a cup or glass of something, use bei. For example, 一杯茶, 1 cup of tea. 2杯咖啡, 2 cups of coffee. Then we have zhāng, which is used for flat objects. Think of items like paper, photos, tables, and sheets. Examples: 一张纸, 1 sheet of paper. 2张照片, 2 photos. 三张桌子, 3 tables. And finally, kuài, used for pieces, chunks, or money. For example, 一块蛋糕, 1 piece of cake. 2块钱, 2 RMB. This one appears all the time, especially in shopping situations. Let's do a quick interactive practice. I'll give you a sentence with a missing measure word. You choose the right one. 三 shu. The correct answer is 本. 一 go. The correct answer is 知. 两 shui. The correct answer is 杯. If you got these right, great job. Your brain is starting to think in Chinese patterns. Before moving on, let's clear some common mistakes. The biggest one is using ge for everything. While ge works in many situations, not all nouns can use it. Another mistake is forgetting the measure word entirely. In English, you can say, I bought 2 phones. In Chinese, you must say, 我买了2个手机. Never skip the measure word. Another mistake is mispronouncing ge. Many beginners say ge or gay. The correct pronunciation is like ge, but short and light, ge. Now let's try a few real-life sentences. Repeat after me. 我买了一杯茶. I bought a cup of tea. 我有3本书. I have 3 books. 他有2只猫. He has 2 cats. 给我一张照片. Give me 1 photo. As you repeat these patterns, your speaking fluency will increase naturally. And here's a quick memory trick. Imagine every noun in Chinese comes with a tag. The measure word is simply that tag. Some nouns share the same tag. Some have unique tags. Once you learn the tag for each noun, forming sentences becomes effortless. That's your introduction to the world of Chinese measure words. You now understand how they work, why they matter, and how to use the most common ones. Now that you've learned the most important measure words and practiced them in simple examples, it's time to apply everything in real-life situations. This is where true learning happens. I'll give you practical sentences that native speakers actually use in day-to-day life. You'll hear the sentence, repeat it, and slowly your brain will start forming these patterns naturally. Let's begin with something simple and useful. Imagine you're in a cafe. You want tea. Not just tea. You want 1 cup of tea. In Chinese, that becomes 一杯茶. Repeat it once with listening and the second time with speaking. Notice how natural it sounds once you say it out loud. Changing only the measure word can completely change the meaning. If you say 2杯茶, that means 2 cups of tea. If you say 3杯咖啡, that's 3 cups of coffee. So you can already order drinks like a native. Let's try another one. 3本书, 3 books. Books are everywhere in student life, so this one is important. Repeat it once slowly. 3本书. Now say it together. 3本书. If you say 一本书, it's 1 book. If you say 5本书, that's 5 books. The measure word 本 will always stay the same because it is permanently linked to objects like books, notebooks, and textbooks. Our next example is 2 photos. Maybe you want to show pictures to someone. In Chinese, you say, liàng zhāng zhāo pian. Listen first. liàng zhāng zhāo pian. Now repeat. liàng zhāng zhāo pian. If you want one photo, just say, yi zhāng zhāo pian. If you want 5 photos, say, wu zhāng zhāo pian. The measure word zhāng always stays in the middle. Now let's practice one piece of cake, which is fun and useful. In Chinese, it is yi kuài dan gao. Notice we use kuài because kuài is used for pieces or chunks of something. If you want 2 slices, you say, liàng kuài dan gao. If you want to ask for just a small piece, you still use the same measure word. Kuài is flexible and works for food, stones, land, and money, so it appears everywhere. Now here's a very helpful one. A pair of animals. In English, you simply say 2 dogs or 2 cats. But in Chinese, you say 2只狗 or 2只猫, using the measure word 只. Repeat it slowly. 2只猫. Now a bit faster. 2只猫. If you want one dog, say 一只狗. If you want many birds, say 三只鸟. As long as the animal is small or medium-sized, 只 is the correct measure word. Later, in advanced levels, you may learn special measure words for big animals. But for now, 只 is all you need. Good. You have now repeated 5 practical daily life examples. This repetition is what makes your speaking smooth. If you want to master measure words, repeat these simple patterns every day. Even 5 minutes of practice helps your brain recognize structure automatically. This method of hearing and repeating is how children in China learn naturally. Before we move to today's summary, I want to give you a bonus trick, a fast memory hack that helps 90% of learners remember measure words instantly. Here it is. Imagine every noun in Chinese carrying a small tag. That tag is the measure word. Drinks carry the tag ge. Books carry the tag bun. Flat things have the tag zhāng. Animals have the tag zhi. Food pieces have the tag kuài. And everyday objects usually have the tag ge. So whenever you see the noun in your mind, picture the tag hanging on it. That single image helps you recall the correct measure word instantly, even under pressure. Let's recap everything quickly so it stays fresh in your mind. You learned that Chinese requires measure words between numbers and nouns, something English doesn't do. You learned the core structure, number, measure word, and noun. You learned the 6 most useful measure words for beginners: ge, bun, zhāng, bei, zhi, and kuài. You repeated real-life examples and practiced forming sentences. You learned to avoid common mistakes like skipping measure words or using ge for everything. and you learned a quick memory trick using tags to recall measure words easily. You've done a great job today, and you are now much closer to speaking Mandarin naturally. In Lesson 10, we will take your skills even further by creating real conversations using everything you have learned so far: grammar, sentence structure, and today's measure words. This is where your Chinese starts sounding confident and fluent. I'll see you there.